Is a podcast where a trio of friends who have become brothers sit down and discuss random topics, or even break down a bracket and even discuss American sports and news. Now sit back and relax as we give you our thoughts and honest opinions on the topics at hand. Once again, thanks for picking Highway 34 Connection.
The following podcast may use videos, pictures, news articles, and even audio from another channel. Highway 34 Connection doesn't own the rights to those. We will shout out who or where we get them for the podcasts. They own the copyrights, not us here at Highway 34 Connection. Please remember that all of our podcasts are unscripted, unfiltered, and unedited. Podcasts we do are pro wrestling talk, where we discuss the world of pro wrestling and give spoilers.
Talking football, where we talk about the current season of the NFL, XFL and USFL, where we give our thoughts on each week of gameplay. We also give our predictions on what teams will win each game.
Conspiracy theories, we sit down and talk about conspiracy theories and why we think something is real or just a theory.
Let's chat it up. This is a podcast where we just talk about random topics here on the channel. We could talk about anything, so please be warned, our podcasts are intended for mature audiences only.
Welcome to Highway 34 Connection.
Yeah. Welcome back to Conspiracy Theories. So how's everybody tonight? Sorry, I'm still getting stuff set up here, so just bear with me for a second. And right now I got stuff running slow, so that don't exactly help me. Normally I have everything set up before I go in here. I already have a topic, but I had one lined up earlier in the week, and somebody shot that out on me, so I can't use that one. So now I've got to go through and come up with a new one. Oh, come on. But if anybody has one they actually want me to do, just let me know, and I'll go through it and give my honest opinion. So, thought about doing one on Bigfoot, but that one's been done. Sasquatch has been done, and most of them's been done several times over. And you can only do so many before you start trying to comprehend where everybody's coming from. You can kind of debunk them, almost a majority of them on the internet. They have to do with Bigfoot. It's like, it's always the same thing, crappy camera, and all of a sudden they see it. Me personally, I think a lot of those are somebody that's dressed up in a costume and just running around and saying, "We saw Bigfoot." Yeah, it's just amazing. It's on a crappy ass camera from like 1990. I can see what's new on the Idaho murders. I haven't really seen anything on those in a minute. So that was 4 days ago. Looks like he's asking for a change of venue now. So the Life Record wants to move his upcoming capital trial out of the county where it occurred last November. Citing inflammatory publicity. I agree. No matter where he goes, to me personally, it's probably going to be a hung jury. Outside jury pool. So yeah, that would probably be a best part, because if they do it there, any part of that is probably guaranteed he's going to get a jury and it's not going to be hung. It's going to be decided very quick that no matter what, he's did it. And problem is they've already done, the judge already said he was guilty, and it's a messed up society, isn't it? Where we got, you can be proven guilty before you even have a trial. It isn't innocent until proven guilty. Now it's guilty until proven innocent. Everything's backwards. So, let me see here. So what would you guys really want me to do? We could do the Elvis is still alive one, but let's be honest. How much more are we going to beat that horse? I mean, that horse has been beaten up. You know what? I'll do? We're going to go through a list of what? Okay, I type in conspiracy theories, and for some reason, you guys ain't going to believe this, but the top one is Nikki Haley also thinks the right-wing conspiracy theory about Taylor Swift are going to cost them votes. First off, this is the first time I'm hearing anything about Taylor Swift, even in politics. So I'm going to click on that just so I can hear this. Here's why conspiracy theories about Taylor Swift and the Super Bowl are spreading. Swift's popularity is being twisted into a threat by contingent of far-right Donald Trump supporters, conservatives. News to me, because I knew nothing. Where do they come up with this stuff? Like, for real, where do they come up with this? Because I've never heard anything about this. Here's another person here saying the era of politics will end one way or another, and when it does, historians are likely to debate whether its defining characteristics was stupidity or malaise. I now realize that two traits have almost fully emerged. Okay. Conspiracy theories coming out of the MAGA that Taylor Swift is a secret agent of the Pentagon, that she is bolstering her fan base in preparation for Biden's re-election, or that she and Mr. Kelsey are assembled to boost the Democrats. Where do they come up with this? The first time I'm even hearing of this, I swear to God. I know they've been in the news, but come on, really? What the fuck? Chief, come on, you have to chime in on this. You telling me this is not too damn good to be true? This is hilarious as fuck right now. I have not seen this at all. Like, where did this even start? Like, I really want to know, where did it start? All this is from 3 days ago, 6 hours ago. Now we have 2 days against the New York Times. So let's see what they have to say. I really I don't know what to make of this. It's kind of funny to me. Swifties on political conspiracy theories, you need to calm down. Some commentators have taken an aggressive interest in Taylor Swift's motivations for being around the NFL. Her fans remain unswayed. Okay, first off, I am going to break into this. Not usual for me. You can be a fan of the freaking NFL. Come on. What the hell? It doesn't matter. You can be a fan. Celebrities are fans. I've heard about it. She's backing Joe, so I'm at hashtag don't listen to Taylor Swift. Yeah, but they're trying to say that the far right is trying to make a big thing, and her fans make the big thing about her in the NFL now. First off, I could give a crap less. Everybody has their own team that they like. They have their own people that they like. I'm a Dallas fan. Chief's a Dallas fan. Celebrities are allowed to like who they like. And of course, they want me to subscribe, so I can't freaking read the whole damn content. Guess what? I'm not subscribing New York Times. I don't like you enough to subscribe. I just want to know where they come up to be secret spies. Who started that? Yeah, let's go Iowa. And it's just funny, Chief. I type in conspiracy theories, and these are the top conspiracies that I get. Hey, your niece is named after Tay-Tay. Just saying. And making sure you knew. Don't make me tell her. Yeah, we've seen that one enough. Kennedy assassination. Done that one. We know. Well. Yeah, no actual proof of that one. No control over that one. That one does actually enlighten me. Because he can. It's Itachi. He can learn. So, Chief, you'll be interested in this one. Johnny Gosch was abducted in 1969 from Des Moines, Iowa. Conspiracies have surrounded his disappearance for years. On September 5th, 1982, Johnny Gosch was 12, vanished without trace from Des Moines while on his morning newspaper run. Without any evidence or leads, the case went cold and remains unsolved, but there have been a number of conspiracy theories about what happened to him. Some people believe that he was forced into a child sex ring that was operating in Nebraska. His mother, Noreen, received pictures of a man tied up in a basement, leading her to believe the theory was true, though the man in the picture cannot be proved to be Gosch, and there was no other evidence to prove the theory. 1997, Noreen said her now grown-up son visited her with his capture. She said he told her he was all right and that he was still alive, igniting even more conspiracies that he was still alive, but police could not corroborate the mother's story. Finally, there's a conspiracy that White House reporter Jeff Cannon is Johnny Gosch. because they share similarity political characteristics. This theory was also never proved. Wow. All right, Night Chief. So, Safeguard Complex in North Dakota was built during the Cold War, but some think it's related to the Illuminati. Well, this should be interesting now, shouldn't it? The Stanley R. Mackelson Safeguard Complex in North Dakota was built in the 1970s to detect incoming missiles. The $500 million building is shaped like an unfinished pyramid, much like the ones you can see in the back of the dollar, and has a round circle on each face. Okay. Mysteriously, the building was opened and in operation for only one day. It opened on October 1st, 1975, and closed on October 2nd, 1975. When Congress decided to end the program, leading many to construct conspiracy theories, some assume the building is actually used by the Illuminati because of its pyramid shape, which is a symbol of the Freemasonry, the teachings of the largest secret society. I can neither debunk that, but I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to jot that one down because that one's interesting to me. I actually kind of want to see this building because and see if it's actually open to public now. If it's open to public, then I'll tell you right now. Probably nothing. But if the fact that the military still owns it or the government, well, you can bet there's some shady shit there. Next up, there have been 2,032 Bigfoot sightings in Washington State. I just got done talking about the Sasquatch theory. Shitty cameras. And guaranteed, it's one of their buddies dressed up in a costume running around. Next. There's giant active volcanoes under Yellowstone in Wyoming, and if it erupts, it could wipe out the U.S. Conspiracy believe the government knows when the eruption will happen. All right. If they did, do you really think they're going to tell us? No. Hell no. Because that would ruin the population control. If Yellowstone goes, it will be catastrophic. U.S. would be pretty much nothing at that point in time. But let's read here what they have to say about this. Yellowstone National Park is 3,500 square miles of wilderness, wild animals, gorgeous landscape. But under the park is something far more sinister. There is an active volcano that measures 44 miles across, and if it erupts, it could wipe out the entire U.S. I just said this. The volcano last erupted 630,000 years ago. But there are some conspiracy theorists who are convinced that the next eruption could happen any day. Some believe the U.S. is drawing up a contingency plan because the government knows the eruption is imminent. Conspiracy theorists also point for videos of animals running from Yellowstone, which could think is a sign of coming eruption. Experts say the animals are running from tourists. I don't know. That could actually be up for debation as far as I'm concerned. You can take that. It's kind of a great. You can take that as you want it, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't care about this one, and I doubt you guys would either, so we'll skip that one. Some believe that Truman, if I say this wrong, sorry, Truman Capote wrote Harper Lee's famous novel, To Kill the Mockingbird. Truman and Harper Lee both grew up in Alabama, were childhood friends. They each went to become celebrated authors. Truman wrote his crime story in cold blood, and Lee the great American novel, To Kill a Mockingbird. While Truman went on to write numerous books, Lee published only one other book in her lifetime, leading some to believe that Truman wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, according to CNBC. In a 2010 documentary, Lee's sister, Alice C. Lee, denied the accusation, saying Newman had been jealous of her sister's success. Good one, Itachi. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated in Memphis, but some think there is more to the story. Well, let's find out. On April 4th, 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. stepped out onto his balcony at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee, and was shot. The civil rights leader died at the Memphis hospital at 39 years old. The killer, James Ray, was caught, pleaded guilty a year later. However, many people, including King's own children, do not believe Ray acted alone. Some believe the FBI or the Ku Klux Klan were involved in the assassination and believe Ray was framed. According to NPR, the U.S. Justice Department investigated the death on 3 separate occasions. Once, they concluded that there may have been a wider conspiracy, but there is no hard evidence to support it. Who knew, right? Roswell, New Mexico is famous center for UFO-focused conspiracy theories. On July 4th, 1947, Mac Brazel went out to his sheep pasture in Roswell, New Mexico, found some unusual objects, including metallic sticks, foil reflectors, and paper scraps. Since he had no idea what the objects were, he called the local sheriff, who then called the Roswell Army Force. The pieces were swiftly taken away in armed trucks. A few days later, the Roswell Daily Record published an article titled RAAF Captures Flying Saucer on Ranch in Roswell Region, sparking conspiracy theories that would last decades. Many believe that the pieces found in the field were from an alien ship, even though officials said they were from broken weather balloons. Hey, it's amazing, even weather rooms were around back then, and years later it was discovered that the objects were part of a secret military project called Project Module, which aimed to eavesdrop on the Soviet Union. You know, they are just full of cover-ups, aren't they? Cover-up after cover-up. They're good at it. The world's most famous UFO sighting happened in Flora, Mississippi. February 10th, 1977 is a rare important day in UFO conspiracy theory history. You know, I love it when they say it's a conspiracy theory, because most of the time, if your government's telling you it's a conspiracy theory, 9 times out of 10, it's probably a fact. So, February 10th, 1977 is a very important day in UFO conspiracy theory history. It was the day several police officers claim to have seen a strange object hovering in the sky in Flora, Mississippi over the top of a forest. It was approximately 15 to 18 feet off the ground, blue in color, kind of a metallic blue. Portholes around the center of it, shaped like an old spinning top kids used to use. One of the officers said the officers followed the UFO until it vanished over the tree line. Years later, there seemed to be 2 spots in the forest that measure about 15 feet each, where nothing is growing, but there has never been a formal explanation. Interesting. Here's another one. The Loch Ness Monster. There have been countless sightings of the Loch Ness Monster at Flathead Lake, Montana. Interesting. Let's read up on that one. Really? All right. I'll bite. 1889. Yeah, we're going back that far now. Captain James C. Kerr and his 100 passengers aboard a steamboat reported seeing a 30 to 40 foot long creature in Flathead Lake. As of July of 2018, there have been 109 sightings of the foreign creature. Interesting. According to NBC Montana. I remember saying, look, that's it. We're seeing it. One witness told NBC, I knew immediately because the descriptions are all the same. It was like 25 feet from what we could see and humps. Other witnesses said the creature resembled the famous Loch Ness Monster with steel black eyes and fins. I say, hey, they found Godzilla. This is a good one. I have done research on this. I have not found any facts to prove it, but I do like the conspiracy. I have seen the stuff of this airport, and if you know what I just said, airport, it's the Denver International Airport, well known for the number of conspiracy theories. Does it hold water? Depends who you ask. I believe it does, but some of it's really far-fetched, and you'll find out when you get in here. So I think a lot of that goes over the top. Without really seeing the basement, you don't really fucking know anything. So then the Denver International Airport is twice the size of Manhattan, New York, and almost every corner of the massive transportation hub is filled with conspiracy theories. For starters, the airport was $2 billion over budget, leading some to believe it has an underground structure that is either used as bunkers or as headquarters of supposed world-controlling group, the Illuminati. Now, I'll tell you why they say the Illuminati, because there is a bunch of, I don't know if you've ever been there, but they got a mural on the wall. They also have a statue in front, has the all-seeing eye on it at the plaque that's in front of this statue. I have seen, like I said, on YouTube, there's a bunch of them on there, but it's a really cool conspiracy. Others believe the building was built by neo-Nazis because makers and plaques around the airport is funded by the New World Order Airport Commission, but no longer black. But no information can be found about the organization anywhere. Some even say that the runways are laid out like a swastika if viewed from above. Haven't seen that. Don't quote me. The art around the airport is almost some people's cause for concern. Most notably, there is a 32-foot sculpture of a horse that fell on its sculptor and killed him. That one's true. It is in there. Morals around the airport are also troubling to some, including images of Nazi officer in a gas mask, children near a burning building, and the devil jumping out of a suitcase. That is true. That is not a lie. That is actually in there. This one here's another good one. I have heard this one. Some believe the chamber behind Mount Rushmore holds some big dark secrets. Yeah, big dark secrets. So, most people knew Mount Rushmore as one of the most recognizable landmarks in the U.S. as the faces of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Teddy Roosevelt are carved into it. But not many people know there is a hidden chamber behind Lincoln's head. The sculptor Gudson Borglum created an 18-foot door behind the landmark that leads to an open room that is 74 feet long, 35 feet high, intended to place America's prized possessions in this room. It was supposed to be called the Hall of Records. While the room does contain important historical documents like the U.S. Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, it is now sealed off from public, leading many to create theories. Some believe the government is hiding something incredibly secretive there, like proof of extraterrestrial beings. Others believe there is a hidden treasure in the room, an idea exploring in Nicolas Cage, National Treasure. That's kind of far-fetched. At least I think so. Yeah, I'm not going into that one. I'm not going to that one either. It's kind of lame. Okay, I'm going to say this as honestly, I don't believe this is much of a conspiracy theory anymore. Some people believe it is. I, for one, do not. Some people in Idaho say the government is poisoning them with chemicals. Chemicals, no. Silver, yeah. Why not? At least that's what I've heard. So we're going to get into this, and you can make your own theory on it. Some people I don't believe the state is subject to government experimentation. I believe the government is dropping chemicals from airplanes various times throughout the years as evidence. They point to chemical trails or streaks in the sky that are supposed to be leftover chemicals. One man on YouTube recorded videos of lengthy streaks in the sky, and I know this is a hit and miss for me because leftover chemicals, really, dude, that's jet loss from a jet, also known as a jet stream. Really, dude? Really? Chemical trails? Even I can see that's far-fetched from way near reality, dude. Dropping chemicals from an airplane because of chemtrails. No, that is called jet stream. From the jet. A lengthy video in Idaho shows streaks in the sky. Yeah, from a jet. Well, another pointer to the fact that he could no longer see the mountains landscape because of the chemicals in the air. What? I'm going to have to find this video. In 2015, 2,000 Gs fell from the sky. 2,000 Gs? Really? I think you meant to put geese there. You spelled that wrong. And were found dead in Idaho. While some believe it was because of the chemicals, environmentalists said it was most likely because of an infectious disease known as avian cholera. Don't ask me. That's what it says. I don't get it neither. John Dillinger is Indiana's most notorious criminal, and a lot of conspiracy theories surround his jail escape and death. I don't know. I love these guys that do this old stuff because this guy was clear back in the 1930s, man. What do we really know about anybody from the 1930s? Hell, what do we really know about Elvis? What do we really know about John Wayne? or any of these people besides what we're told. Like, they're still learning about Jesse James and Billy the Kid, but yet we were taught clear in high school about both of them. And now what we were told was apparently a lie because they're uncertain. Then why talk about it if you don't even know the people yourselves? I could do it over and over again, but what's the point? So we'll see about John Dillinger here. Like I said, it's kind of pointless to me to talk about because, in my opinion, you don't really know him. I mean, except for what you see on scratch papers, and then you're kind of doing the same thing conspiracy theories do. You fill in the blanks, and then you tell everybody the only difference is you don't call it a theory, you call it a fact. Problem is, you don't know fact from theory, which means you don't know jack and shit. So, get into this. We'll figure it out. So, during the 1930s, Indianola, blah. If I could speak today would be nice. Indiana-born John Dillinger became a national sensation and was named Public Enemy Number 1. He was wanted for the armed robbery of over 10 banks throughout Indiana and for stealing over $300,000 when he was arrested. He escaped prison from carving a gun out of wood and tricking the guards into letting him go. He then had facial surgery to become unrecognizable. In 1930s. Was plastic surgery a thing in 1930s? I mean, hell, we just now into the early 2000s, they learned just how to barely make a scar not there. You're telling me we have plastic surgery in 1930s? Come on, bro. And then 4 years later, he was killed in an alley after the FBI put out a $100,000 reward for him. This is where the conspiracy theories began. No, they began when you said he had plastic surgery. That's where they began. Some believe Dillinger was not killed in an alley because of rumors that said the body had brown eyes, while Dillinger famously had gray eyes. The body also had signs of illness. The famous robber was never known to have. In 1963, the Indianapolis Star received a letter from someone claiming to be Dillinger, leaving many to believe that the criminal survived through the 1900s. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Don't ask me, guys. I don't think it's been for years. Atachi, are you still with me in here? I'll consider it. It isn't really letting me see who's all in here because it doesn't do that. Who's all in here with me right now? Says I have 2 people, so somebody better tell me something because I feel like I'm talking to myself. Which I probably am. I don't mind. Anywho, this next one is roaring sounds from the sky. But first, I do have something to show you.
We'll be right back after a brief message from our sponsors.
That's right. The official sponsor of Highway 34 Connection, the podcast, is W Energy, a clean energy to help you be better. W Energy. Try it today. Hey, it's the Chief from Highway 34 Connection and Chief_streaming. Check out officialchief34merch.com for all your merch for Highway 34 Connection and Chief Streaming.
If you're interested in buying merch from Insidious_streaming, stop by my spread shop where you can find everything you want and need. Thank you and have a good day.
Now back to your live podcasting here at Highway 34 Connection.
And we're back. So, anywho, the one I'm talking about is loud bangs and noises from the sky. Now, I have, for one, heard this. This one here is not a conspiracy, but apparently people in Minnesota have been hearing them a lot. So we're going to check this out. For years, cities across Port Huron Bazaar humming sounds and that seem to be coming from the sky. In 2011, for example, many people in Alexandria, Minnesota, caught alarming sounds on camera, bringing attention to phenomenon and sparking conspiracy theories. In 2018, the theories were reignited. Another high-pitched sound was heard in Minneapolis. Some simply blaming it on airplanes, and others think the sounds far more sinister. They believe the sounds are from extraterrestrial beings of secret military training, and I say bullshit on that. So what they're talking about is, if you go on my YouTube channel, years ago, you'll find it. It's there. Roaring sounds coming from the sky. But they lasted for a while. And I remember I got it on YouTube. I went live on YouTube and I caught it. I'm going to turn on my TV real quick and I'll go to YouTube and I'll see if I can get one of these videos up. And you'll kind of hear what I'm talking about. Let me try this. Well, that did not. No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted right there. So I'm going to turn this up. Tell me if you guys can hear this. No, you can hear the fear in his voice. Like he's scared. There are several of these on here. I said I've heard all these, and I must say I've never been able to figure it out myself. Um, I've tried, and I've apparently nobody has any explanation. Not even our government officials have any explanation over it. So I'll get into my video now that I did years ago. That happened here in Iowa. And I'll tell you right now, it rattled our house like it was so loud that what the hell? If my shit will work would be nice. Doo-doo. That's the one in Bakersfield. See, this one here is actually a TV person.
Now to a mystery that is keeping a lot of people up at night in the Bakersfield area. People complaining of what appears to be or sounds like loud explosions in their neighborhoods with no explanation. These doorbell camera videos were posted to the Neighbors app last week, showing a flash of light and a loud booming sound.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right. For some reason, I'm having trouble trying to find myself on here, which is weird. Considering I have put this stuff up. Anywho, we kind of get the point. So, without further ado, we're going to get back in the next conspiracy because I don't want to spend too much time on this. If you get a chance, Google that one up. It's interesting to look into. So, next we got the Jimmy Hoffa, famous labor leader, disappeared in Michigan, 1975, speaking countless conspiracy theories. Yeah, because he disappeared and nobody knows where he's at. It is nuts. But I think this is all I'm going to do tonight, guys. I'm not going to keep you guys from the rest of your night. So So have a good night. Like I said, if you get time, check out those videos of the roaring sounds around the world or booms. They are something to watch and get into. But anyways, have a good rest of your guys' night and have a good Monday. And I shall talk with you guys another time, and maybe I'll have new ones, another conspiracy for you, or I'll do a follow-up on this one and do research and see if they've had any things to do with the booming sounds. Anyways, have a good week and have a good Monday. Take care, guys.
I am Insidious. Thanks for watching this podcast.
This is the Ghost, and thank you for watching our podcast.
And I am the Chief. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.